PoorCryptoSteve here, and today we're going to talk about NEWM. Yes, Steve, what is NEWM? Well, let me tell you a little bit about NEWM. NEWM is a token on the, guess what? You guessed it, on the Cardano chain, because for some reason, those are just my favorite projects. Now, full disclosure, I don't have any NEWM. Full disclosure, I want to get some NEWM. So why are we talking about it? Because it's something I'm interested in, and maybe you'll be interested in. Not financial advice, telling you about the things I find interesting, and see what you do about it. Do your own research and all that good stuff, right? So let's check it out. NEWM. Hey, we're here on MinSwap, and what do we do when we want to find out about a token? We hover over the symbol of the token. You can do it here or here, and it'll say token info. You can click on that token info, and from here we're going to go to CoinGecko and the website, right? Those are the best two places to find out about it. So the first place you want to go, CoinGecko, right? All right, CoinGecko. How much is NEWM? It is 0.002 cents. Now, when you look on MinSwap, you're like, wait a minute, I thought it was a penny. No, it is 0.01 ADA. Okay, ADA is about a quarter right now, roughly. Let's see. Yes, ADA is 24.907 cents, right? Okay, so basically ADA is a quarter. All right, back to CoinGecko, right? So we look on CoinGecko, and the thing I like about CoinGecko is if we come up here in the search and we type NEWM, normally if you type in any coin, it's going to say, oh, this coin right here, NEWO, is 1868. If you type in Bitcoin, it's going to say number one coin. But if you type in NEWM, it doesn't have a number. So CoinGecko shows up to the top 2,000 projects. So what's that tell you? Right now, there's 10,034 different tokens out there, and NEWM is below 2,000. So why am I telling you about a coin that's below 2,000, a token that's below 2,000? CryptoSteve, you're always saying stay in the top 200, stay in the top 50, and the top 20 is your real best bet, right? Well, here's the deal. Every now and then you got to go find something that you just want to check out, and it might be that next big thing. So, in my opinion, this is one of them that it could. Now, it could also go to zero very, very easily. It could go to zero, and it could be gone, and we could never hear about it again. So, definitely not financial advice, but what I will tell you is when I'm looking to get into NEWM, it's maybe just a couple $100, right? I'm not trying to put a house payment or two on there. I'm not trying to mortgage my house, sell my car, or anything. This is something that could have a good bounce, could have a good potential, and it's the project, right? I can't even find it on the chart, so I can't look at the charts other than the CoinGecko one right here. And if you look at this bad boy, well, we can go to max. We're at max, right? So it pretty much came out in March of this year. And it's jumped up, and this chart looks crazy, but if you look at it, it was 0.23, and right now it is 0.25. So it's down about 90%, right? So, we're in the bear market. Everything's down. Can it get back up here? Yeah, hey, it can. And if it does, it's a 10x. So let's see what happens, right? All right. So NEWM, let's find out more about NEWM, and we can go to the NEWM page, right? We're all the way down here because I was shooting this video earlier as my son and all of his friends were down there playing D&D, being super loud. So now I am reshooting this video. So music streaming marketplace for artists and fans. Okay, so this is the about page when you come to NEWM, and just like I said, if you were on the MinSwap tab and you hit website, this is where it's going to take you. Okay, so what is NEWM all about? They are music streaming. So power to the artist, own and create your content, take control of your funds. Power to the fan, get the ultimate from merch, support musicians you love, so you can actually just support the ones you love, and you're not like paying for stuff you don't listen to, right? This is the Web3 version of basically Spotify or anything like that, right? So artists can come in here and they can sign up for NEWM and be a part of it. It's the digital future of music. Music streaming redefined. Decentralized music streaming generates higher and faster royalty payouts per stream for all music owners, right? Most importantly, we're replacing the middleman, right, with code that's not incentivized to act in favor of a third party. So you get a lot of the stuff where it's like, oh, we got to push this certain guy because we've put a lot of money behind him. So we're going to make the public love this particular artist, whether they think they're going to love him or not. And they just shove it down your throat until everyone starts listening to the same song. And then years later, you're like, why did we listen to that? So there's really no more of that. If the music's good and people like it, people will use their tokens to buy that music, right? And that the majority of the purchase power goes to the artist, right? So, you know, they have streaming, they have a marketplace, and we'll go over that. There's NFTs and smart contracts. This is definitely on the Cardano network, so we know we're talking smart contracts here. Here's the team. You can go through all this and look at the various teams. They're definitely doxed. I believe you click on this, it takes you to their LinkedIn. You can get some more information. You can Google some of these people. They're real people. They've worked in the music industries or web design, things of that nature. A lot of people that just really like music, right? So that's why they're here. All right. So artists. We can go to the artist tab right here, and this talks about owning your music, collaborate. So you can actually have fans that put their tokens like toward your music almost as a loan or even a staking mechanism. There's several different ways that your fans can get involved. So if your fans are like, man, I really love PoorCryptoSteve and the altcoins, and I want to stake my NEWM on his thing, so whenever, you know, as he runs the stake pool, he's making money off my stuff and I'm making money. But as a stake pool runner, you know, you make, you know, another sum of money just by people being in your stake pool. So you can actually help that artist. You can put money in. You can actually buy a portion of their band if they so put that out there on the smart contract. So they're totally redoing the entire music industry is their claim, right? More and more artists are looking for Web3 solutions for music distribution and monetization. That's the thing, you know, Prince, he couldn't even use his name because the record company owned his name. He had to change his name to the artist formerly known as Prince, you know. Because once they own you, they kind of own you. Well, with this, you own all your stuff. If you want to say, hey, I'm going to put on a free show for anyone who holds my NFT, you can do that. There's no record company saying, hey, we don't do free shows. You know, you can market your music the way you want to do. Just like right here, here's the music store, and you got like Mike Lerman, Baby Bird. You can buy it, right? Welcome to the future of music. Once again, all of these kind of look the same, but these are the music that's being released. Not exactly how this works. It says 58 per bundle. I'm not really sure what a bundle is. 5,000 stream tokens per bundle. There you go. 100 bundles being sold in October and so on. NEWM playlist available on the major music, so Spotify, SoundCloud, and Deezer. So how does it work? There's frequently asked questions. How does it work? It's NEWM uses stream tokens to represent a percentage of the streaming royalty rights. So putting the power and creative control back in the hands of the artists. They choose how much they'd like to share with their fans, and NEWM provides the tech and the legal infrastructure to make it happen. Owning stream tokens of a song or album means you co-own a piece of intellectual property, IP. You'll see IP a lot when they're talking about this, you know, and people's like, oh, they own the IP. And I always thought it was like Internet Protocol or like the IP address or something like that. But no, it's the intellectual property. And that's what a lot of NFTs, if you own a Bored Ape, you own that that NFT, and you're allowed to use it, licensing and part of your business and stuff. And not all NFTs are like that. You can, so, I just know Bored Ape is definitely one where you can use the likeness of your NFT, and if someone uses it, they have to pay you for it. So, what does owning future stream royalties mean? It's like having CDs, cassettes, vinyls, all this good stuff. When you purchase a percentage of stream royalty, you have rights. You receive digital tokens, stream tokens that prove ownership, sometimes with additional perks, right? That's what we're talking about. Like, if you own these stream tokens because you helped that artist, they want to pay their biggest fans who have like really stuck by them and pushed things, and they were there in the beginning and they helped build this artist's career, basically. Then that artist may want to do a private concert, or they're like going to release a single only to people that have stream tokens. There's a million different things. Maybe there's an album that's supposed to come out on the 1st of October, and they're like, if you hold my stream token, you get it 15 September, and then you can be like, oh, I heard it before anyone else, right? We're going to listen to the songs. I'm pretty sure Spotify and stuff like that, Amazon Music, Apple Music. So it looks like they're going to be incorporated in a lot of things. It's just these artists will be under NEWM instead of like Universal Records and Death Row Records and things of that nature. And so how do you claim royalties? They take like 6 months or something to get, so it'll take some time. You have to be patient. But if you're really a true music lover, you're doing it for the love of the music and the excitement and all that fun, right? So they have a collectible shop, and we can come in here and check out the collectibles. They're like NFTs, featured drop, Uncle Becky in the Big House, Punk Rock, 50 ADA. Hey, that's like $12.50 right now, but I look at ADA like in the bull run. That's like, to me, in the bull run, that's at least $200. So it all depends on how you look at ADA, but like I said, I wouldn't take ADA that I have put back and use ADA to buy something. I use ADA as an investment and things of that nature. But if I had $12.50, would I give you $12.50? Yes, I would. So I would buy ADA and give you $12.50, but I wouldn't spend my ADA. I know it sounds crazy, but that's just how I see it, right? So in here you have the record store, and I was clicking on some of these earlier, and I'm like, is this a record or the NFT? I'm not really sure. I don't know how this works. It's just kind of a cool project that, especially if you're someone who really loves music. So if you wanted to click on this little guy right here, and it's like Awesome is JL. Awesome is JL. 15 ADA sold out. So 100 NFTs, they're all sold out. Looks like you can't buy one. But it looks like these, yeah, so you can buy these different NFTs, and then you'll have 7% of the royalties. You can buy with NMKR. That's also one that I had at one time. So let's see. So let's talk about the white paper, okay? Because everyone wants to know the white paper. How is all this working, right? And all right, so we'll talk about the white paper. It'll talk about the introduction, which is all the stuff we've already talked about. Creating a new asset class. They project the estimate of the market cap of music royalties to be like $1.1 trillion. So if it could be, and say NEWM took over all music, which that is so crazy. I can't see that happening, but if it did, these tokens would be insanely valuable. They gathered the team. They're pioneering a new era, right? A lot of people will talk about all that, but the 5 tenets of the ecosystem is first you own your music. A lot of artists don't. Sell and trade NFTs. Those NFTs are sometimes tied to smart contracts that will show ownership a certain percentage. And I think they actually have examples of, you got 5 people in the band. They each have an NFT that says they own 20%. Or, hey, maybe the lead singer owns 50% and, the other guys each own 12.5 or 13% or something like that. Collect royalties. That's from the NFT. Stream and earn. And then vote to be a part, right? Because this is a DAO, right? We're talking DeFi. It's a DAO. People have to vote. That's how it makes things happen, right? Power to the artists. This whole thing is really to empower artists to make the money that they're earning. So the opportunities for musicians to sell partial or fractionalized music royalties. An artist can decide to sell only 10% of their music streaming royalties to fans and investors. Fans and investors is then able to receive streaming royalties of the song in line with their ownership percentage, right? So the band doesn't have to sell everything, because then what are they getting, right? So they want to keep some of their royalties, but say I'm in the band and I get 10%, right? Because I don't do a whole lot. I just play a couple tambourine or whatever. I get 10%, but then I need some money, so I can sell my NFT and say, hey man, I'll sell you one of mine, 1%, 10% of my 10%, which is 1% of the entire band's. And then, I get money and you get a little ownership in the band, right? So Web 2 already established, legal stability, distribution channels, established communities, royalty collection systems, right? That's talking about like Spotify, Apple Pay, or Apple Music, and all those types of things. Web 3 is where we start bringing in smart contracts on the Cardano network. Ownership transfer, and that's what I was just talking about. You own a percentage of the music royalties, but you can sell it. You can sell it, and it's very easy. When you're talking about like a big record company and stuff, no. Well, the musician really doesn't own anything. They just get paid a little bit, right? It's a circular economy. The fans put money into the music that they like the best. It helps that music grow, and then the fans can make money off of the music that grows. So NFT minting, and that's a lot about like when the artists start, they're going to mint NFTs. That's the smart contract that's saying this is what you own. This is how much percentage of the royalties, each member of the band, or, however they want to do it. There's trust and transparency, because smart contracts, it's all code. You don't have to worry about someone getting greedy and taking everything, right? This is kind of the example I was doing earlier. Additional income streams, endless opportunities. This is a visual breakdown. You got Spotify, all the royalties are coming in NFTs, and here you have your IP rights, the holders getting paid, legal contract, everything goes in order. The ecosystem, it's the artist. The artist has the IP rights, and fractionalize into however many they want. They create an NFT. They find their audience. The audience can trade music, IP rights on the secondary market. It's all peer-to-peer. Streaming distribution is kind of the same thing. Step 1, they stream. It goes to Apple Music, Spotify, etc. There's royalties. The royalties are collected, pay out in cycles. Distribution protocols are handled. The artist and the audience, every NFT holder automatically receives royalties, right? According to the amount that they hold. Future of the ecosystem, they're NFTs. So you can actually get loans. You can deposit your NFT and get a loan. And as long as you pay it back, everything's good to go. So the NFT holder receives the liquidity from a liquidity pool. Which is basically a loan in exchange for the NFT as collateral against that loan. And as they still own it, right? So they still own that NFT, so it's still making money. It's still getting royalties. Well, those royalties, instead of going to the artist, those royalties are paying off that loan. And then once that loan is paid off, they get their NFT back. Now, say the royalties just get to a point where they're not paying it off and it's getting less and less. At that point, the NFT will be used as collateral and be transferred to the lender. So they say it's rare. I don't know. I mean, it really, I guess if your music is kicking and you're making big dollars, and you shouldn't, I mean, really, if your band's going, if your band's doing good, you shouldn't have to worry about that. And if your band's doing bad, you shouldn't have to worry about that. So, you're just going to lose ownership in a band that's not doing well, I guess. I don't know. That seems like a bad deal for the people doing the loan. But, like I said, I'm not a huge music guy. I just find this very interesting. So, yeah, already in the pipeline, they're talking collectibles, ticket sales, little tipping functionalities. Maybe you do a concert and you're like, oh, man, they did, like, this is the best show ever. You can actually tip them in the token, things of that nature. So, yeah, and they do a fund. I'm in a lot of different DAOs and governance, and we do funds to help build the community. So here they have the Independent Artist Community Support Fund, and that's probably where they're going, hey man, this guy, he has nothing, but he's got some talent. We're gonna give him a little bit of cash flow, get him started, and then he'll pay it back later, right? Utility of the token is mainly governance. Basically, the DAO, they're going to be a DAO, there's going to be governance, right? In-app use tier system. You can use NEWM or ADA, which is kind of cool. So whichever you decide to use in there, both will work. You can do staking. And somewhere in here, it talks about you can stake like with the artist you want in their staking pool, which helps them even more than just normal staking, right? Here, yep, this is it, where you can have the opportunity to stake with different musicians, which will give them a better rating on the playlist ranking. There you go. So the more people stake with certain artists, that means, hey, everyone believes in this artist, so they go higher on the ranking and more people see them and so on and so on. And that seems to be a good way to go, right? Okay. Vesting periods. So the whole thing, the founder, the managers, there's a 5-year with the cliff, and the core team is 4 years, advisor 3. These all have cliffs, community token sales. There's no vesting with lockup period. Allocation for the tokens, if you're totally into that, they have the reserve, legal advisory, 19% for the team. Ambassadors get a small cut. Marketing's going to use some, business development, and community token sales, that 24.5%. That's where you can go buy some tokens, right? Looks like we got until about the year 2028, and about the end of 2028, all tokens will be out. The DAO vision. So we're getting a little long in the video, but I'm trying to get over this as quickly as possible. But there's step 1, there's an advisory council. They're off chain. They just act like an advisory team to the core team. They will transition into governance over the period of a year. The DAO slowly takes over power from the core team, and then eventually the community will be self-governing protocol community and further developments. And I believe this is like a 4-year process. Why Cardano? If you're going to build something with smart contracts, Cardano's the way to go, right? Their CNFTs already removed the risk of a lot of NFT issues, tokenized, capture ownership, digital. Cardano is just, ownership protection, evidence-based, counterfeit immunity, solid data, ecosystem roadmap. So they love to just name stuff. So the jazz errors when they're building the login, all that good stuff, initial release. So we are definitely past that. We are past all this stuff. Android app demo, okay? iOS and Android native app demo. They're creating the app. It is not out. I checked on my phone before this video. You got the NFT marketplace in the rock era, so we're definitely not here. iOS and Android native apps. So we may be starting the rock era, okay, but we are definitely not over the rock era. We are not in the R&B era where we have the music streaming platform direct tipping. That'll be coming soon, right? And as we roadmap continues, ownership of fractionalized IP rights, that'll all be coming soon. Live streaming performances, ticket sales will be coming. And finally, we come into the disco era where we have decentralized transition, which we are way off from that. Probably a couple years out. Streaming decentralized and storage decentralization. Database, all the decentralized. And then pop is when we go full on governance. Creation of the DAO sponsorship of musicians, community voting on projects and directions. We got a lot of stuff about the team, the management. You can look at all this stuff if you want. We got advisors that aren't really on the team, but they're advisors. And then we have some ambassadors, okay? So there's your deal with NEWM. Let me know what you guys think. Are you going to be checking out NEWM? I mean, what do you think? Let me know. And yeah, so I'm definitely interested. I'm going to get some, and we'll see how that goes.